Hi, beautiful people. If you've heard me talking in the videos I've been doing, if you've been catching those, you've probably heard me talking about liberating feminine energy and what I believe that means and why it's important in our world. And if you caught my post a while back, you might have seen that I'm going to be talking more and bringing more topics to discussion for us about topics that might be a little bit taboo, maybe a little uncomfortable, maybe a little bit like we're taught we shouldn't talk about those things, like source and sex and creative energy and feminine and health and crazy things like biogeometry, which is a topic I've learned about in some trainings I've done. Anyway, so I'm going to be bringing these, and as today I just wanted to share with you, for those of you that have been catching the videos on liberating feminine energy, that one of the things that I see as really vital and important in this whole exploration of reclaiming our creative power, of reclaiming and liberating what feminine energy really means, which is something I believe we all have the ability to access and to allow to course through us and to embody, regardless of our gender identity, our sexual orientation. I believe feminine energy really is an energy of receiving. It's an energy of flow. And so as we reclaim our creative, vital life force energy that we see in nature and that's healing to humanity right now, I believe that exploring and re-examining how we embrace sexuality is vital to that. And the reason I'm bringing sexuality as a topic here is because I believe sexual energy is vital life force energy. So, and I believe it's beautiful. It's beautiful, vital life force energy that unfortunately has been made out in many ways to be quite the contrary in our society. Right? If you look at the way that our society traditionally, for hundreds of years now, approaches sex, the topic of sex, it's more often than not from a very patriarchal lens. It can be very oppressive. It can be very objectifying. It can either be, and it's the ironic thing, right, is it's used in capitalism for appeal, for marketing appeal all the time, at the same time as it's made to be a completely taboo, inappropriate, hush-hush topic. I think that's extremely unfortunate. And so I bring the topic of sex and sexuality into the conversation here because I believe it's a vital component of reclaiming our creative power, regardless of your sexual experience or your identity or anything. Reclaiming sex and sexuality as an arena that is inclusive, that is healthy, that is consensual, that is respected, and that is approached from the lens of play and intimacy and beauty and respect, instead of oppression and instant gratification and greed, and instead of from a perspective of control. And it's unfortunate that I think one of the most fundamental components of creativity, or one of the most fundamental expressions of creativity, sex and sexuality, that we see in nature, I think it's unfortunate we've separated that so much from its pure place as a creative expression, as a way to connect with source and each other and ourselves. We've been told and conditioned and taught that one of the most natural acts is shameful. is dirty, is taboo. Whether it's sex with another person, whether it's self-pleasuring, whatever it is, we've been taught that it's shameful. And speaking for my own observation and my own experience, I believe that that has resulted in a lot of the corruption that we see, right? Sex has become something that is extremely abused. Our sexual expression, our sensuality, the way we engage in sex has become objectifying, has become non-consensual at sometimes, has become abusive. And that's an incredible, that's terrible, right? It's terrible. And I think that that is precisely why it's time that we approach maybe sticky, maybe uncomfortable topics like this. Because regardless of your experience or walk in life, right, they're all important. Your experience is important. And the experience and the lens you bring to this conversation is important. Whether you're someone that's had an experience of sexuality that way, and it's been oppressive and it's been, not kind, if it's been abusive, or whether you've had a fantastic experience with it. I believe it's time that we bring this into the conversation in an inclusive manner to explore how this part of ourselves, this fundamental, vital, primal expression of ourselves as nature, can be a way through which we tap into our creative energy. And I'm not just talking about I'm not just talking about our sex life. I'm talking about the way that we run vital, creative, sensual energy. Whether that's in dancing or singing or a conversation and we're just really present in our bodies and listening, or whether it is in our intimate relationships. But I believe that when we reunite with this energy in a healthy way, and when we open the door to explore it in whatever capacity is comfortable in our own journey, in our own lives, it can really have a useful effect for opening the door for creative juice and creative force to flow. And this is a topic that I've had a lot of shame around in my life and been told, we don't talk about that. We, from society, from different people, right, in my life. And yet has become one of the most liberating places of my life for creative energy. So I want to leave you with that. I want to leave you with, join me, if you will, in this exploration, in this conversation, and share your thoughts, consider that in your own life. And also, I want to leave you with the consideration that, not the consideration, I want to leave you with the truth that you are enough just as you are, and that your experience is important, and that your experience matters, and that you have the ability to access a vital, creative, sensual energy in your life in whatever way that you decide. You get to decide, and whatever way that wants to express. And when we begin to reclaim that autonomy and respect for ourselves and others, I think that's the first step to healing our relationships to sexuality and our relationships to vital creative energy. All right, everyone. Have a beautiful day.